Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CarAlarm podcast. My name is Alex,
And I'm Gavin.
and today we're going to review SmackDown Live for July 4th, 2017, Independence Day. And as usual, I think I have some pretty in-depth notes
I
on
hope so.
on certain things. There was no fashion files this week, which
Yeah.
was very disappointing.
That is disappointing. I like them.
Me too. Breezango, I think in general, they were on the show a little bit, and we'll get into that later. Um, let's just go right in. The show started with SmackDown Live opening to. Before I get to who came out, they had red, white, and blue ropes again, which I know is a very small thing, but
I liked it.
me too. I like the red, white, and blue ropes. They don't usually do that, and I know way back in the 80s and 70s and early on before like Monday Night Raw and stuff.
That was the
Yeah,
thing.
that was the color of the ropes everywhere. So it just felt really good to see that uh, on TV. I know they had it on like a pay-per-view. I think they had it during Great American Bash or whatever, but I didn't watch wrestling back then, so I was like 4 years old. Um, so Cena comes out to open the show, and basically he talks a bit about Independence Day, and of course John Cena has to put America over big time.
Of course.
And he says he's not a part timer, and that the reason he is a free agent is because if his time in the WWE is limited, he wants to make the most of it. He wants to go out in a blaze of glory.
I like Cena's every time he speaks like that, like all his speeches.
Yeah.
Because they're always loud and very passionate.
Yeah, he's good, I think, at showing emotion, whether it's real or not. He's good at, I guess, just yelling.
Yeah.
At the right times.
He's definitely good at speaking, and all of his stuff be relevant, unlike Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. Let's not get into Bray Wyatt again. We don't need him on SmackDown Live. He's gone from here. We don't need him back. I wanted to say something about Cena, but I don't remember what I was going to say. So I'm going to move on. Rusev interrupts him, and Rusev says he's been ignored by Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan over the past few weeks. He's trying to message them and everything. He didn't get any video packages for a return like John Cena did, and he thinks that he deserves them, and he's tired of waiting to come back. So he decided to just show up on SmackDown. And if you're tired of waiting, why wouldn't you show up sooner? It's been like a year, right?
I think so.
Almost. I think Battleground will make a year.
Maybe he was in Bulgaria training and he wanted to get that little bit of extra training, so he waited.
I don't think so. Whatever. It doesn't matter. John Cena challenges Rusev to a flag match at Battle
Again.
or tonight. He challenges him to a match tonight. Yeah, again tonight. But Rusev declines and says that they'll fight on his terms. And later on in the night, the match just randomly gets made into a Battleground match. So it'll be at Battleground.
This is going to be a pretty good match.
I think it'll be fine.
I mean, their last matches were good.
Yeah. Rusev and Cena, they've had so many matches. I just want Rusev to come out with a tank again.
At least it's not Rusev versus Jack Swagger again, though. Those matches were always terrible.
I don't remember those. I think my mind just erased them.
They're not good.
I imagine they wouldn't be as good as Cena and Rusev. Rusev's great. John Cena's of course great. That's all that really happened with John Cena. I guess he'll be on Monday Night Raw. He might even be a Great Balls of Fire.
Maybe
like yeah, I don't know.
He'll just come in and just destroy Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. No.
Samoa Joe knock him out.
John Cena has his own Money in the Bank. He gets a Money in the Bank every 2 months for free. Cena Money in the Bank, and he cashes in whenever he wants. So he just cashes in AA's Joe and Lesnar, double attitude adjustment, off the top of the ladder through 2 tables, reaches up the ladder, grabs John Cena's new custom WWE Championship, and keeps it forever till he dies. 17-time world champion. Woo!
That sounds like legit.
Yeah. I think I should book this show now. You want to move on?
Let's do it.
I really don't have anything to say about Cena. He wasn't in the Battle Royal. I know we're not there yet. I probably should have waited to say that, but he wasn't. He's not going to be in it, so you were wrong about that. Anyway. Daniel Bryan comes out. Or I think he was in backstage. I don't remember. He says that Owens has beaten both Gable and Styles in the past few weeks, and they must fight each other in order to determine who will be in the Independence Day Battle Royal, because basically Kevin Owens apparently went to Daniel Bryan and complained that both superstars were going to be in the Battle Royal and they didn't deserve it because he's beaten both of them. So Bryan made a match for later on tonight, which will end up being next to determine who gets put in the Independence Day Battle Royal. And this match was really good.
Yes, it was.
Did you see all of it?
I saw it.
Oh, Chad Gable. I love American Alpha, and Jason Jordan's great, but Chad Gable is a freaking star on his own. He does not need Jason Jordan. You have to push this guy. Chad Gable is amazing.
Yes, he is.
He had a sequence with AJ Styles where they were doing leg finishers back and forth, and then they both went to stand up, and neither of them could stand up because of it was so perfect. They just both fell to their knee. That was amazing. AJ Styles and Chad Gable could go on for an hour, and I think I would never look away from the screen.
Definitely, it'd definitely be a pretty great match.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, it'd be phenomenal.
Yes, it would be. If within the next year, now I know American Alpha's great, but WWE ruined them. To be honest, it's sad to say, but they did ruin them. No one cares about them anymore. I don't really.
Nope.
And I really wish it did, because they're amazing. And Jason Jordan's great, but I don't know if he can be a top name on his own. So maybe you send Jason Jordan back down to NXT, get him a character, and then you let Chad Gable absolutely demolish every single person on the roster and have amazing matches with AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, John Cena, Sami Zayn. Chad Gable should be fighting for the championship within a year.
It would,
and he's homegrown talent.
I want to see that.
Me too. If for no other reason, Chad Gable, he's WWE. He wasn't an indie wrestler as far as I know. If he wasn't indie wrestling for long. He's a really young guy. Him and Ty Dillinger. Dillinger really should be in a better place than where he is. But we'll talk about Ty Dillinger a little later because he is on the show this time.
Thankfully.
Which is unusual in the past, 2 months?
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Chad Gable deserves
something better.
Well, I don't think yet. I think now you can start because he's gotten something better. He's gotten 2 really good singles matches in the past few weeks. I think within the next few months he deserves to be. I guess I'm saying in American Alpha because Chad Gable is the brightest star in that team, and he can do some amazing stuff. I feel like. And I really don't want to see his potential go to waste.
Like Ty Dillinger?
No, not quite. Not yet. More like Dolph Ziggler.
There you go. That would be pretty sad.
But I think Gable's a way better in-ring worker than Ziggler. Chad Gable's he did a German suplex to AJ Styles, and I don't know what you call it, but Styles landed on his face and his chest.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was perfect.
Yes,
it did not look like Styles got hurt at all. Legit. It looked so perfect, and it just satisfied me. My heart and stomach were just happy. It was like, that looked really good. I'm just happy with that. The same happened with the spot with the leg submission.
I liked it a lot.
Me too. I really want to see Chad Gable go somewhere on his own. Want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Carmella and James Ellsworth. Excuse me. The first, and only Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella, and James Ellsworth are out next. And James Ellsworth says he's canceling Independence Day for a Carmella-bration. Carmella begins to brag about her new Money in the Bank briefcase when Naomi interrupts, sporting a neon glowing lit WWE Women's Championship.
I loved that.
It looked amazing.
It made me happy. I just.
Yeah, me too. They I don't think they do custom championships enough.
They really don't.
When was the last one they had?
The most custom they do anymore is the little side plates.
Yeah, and I don't really consider that custom. They just replaced that nameplate because they don't have a nameplate anymore. They just do that instead.
Yeah.
But what was the last custom championship they had? Was it the Miz? You know what I'm talking about? When they had the spinner title, but then it stopped spinning, and then the Miz won it, and then the M was upside down.
Yeah.
For the Miz logo, and I think that's where his logo came from. So was that the last custom one? And that was barely custom. They just rotated the little centerpiece.
I think so.
That's sad. I'm not saying do it for every superstar, because then,
it's just boring.
Yeah, it doesn't get exciting when there's a custom one. But I think, I don't know really what I'm trying to say. I just want to see more. I mean, you can make it make sense in the storyline.
Naomi's was awesome, though.
Naomi's was amazing. That was great. And it wasn't even really custom. She just put some lights on it, like Jericho's jacket. But Naomi said she's ready for Carmella at any time before cueing Daniel Bryan's entrance, who comes out to say that he is fining James Ellsworth $10,000 and suspending him for 30 days because of his actions last week.
This made me feel great.
I thought about it. I was like,
I
bet Gaven loves this.
I hate James Ellsworth so much.
I know you do.
And to see him just
get berated by Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. It just made me so happy. Still does thinking about it.
Well, good. I'm glad for you. I was happy too. It's I don't need Ellsworth on my TV. Like I said, I don't dislike him, but I don't like him. I don't care if he's there or not. I think I said the same with Ambrose as well, but maybe that's not a good thing that they're both on. Yeah. No. Well. Yeah. All right. But that's really the end of that. Carmella kind of leaves, and Naomi is left in the ring because she has a rematch with Lana for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Because last week, her shoulders, or one of Lana's shoulder, I think her left shoulder, was up during the pin, which I doubt was planned. It didn't seem like any of this was planned before this week.
No.
And so the match starts, and immediately Lana gets in her submission and taps out Lana. Excuse me. Lana taps herself out. No, Naomi gets in her submission. I don't know what it's called. And then Lana taps out immediately, and within like maybe 30 seconds.
It was not. I didn't like it.
Me neither. But there's a little bit of a bright side because Tamina comes out to kind of command Lana to stand to her feet, and then they leave together.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that was about.
Me neither.
Maybe Tamina's gonna make
her little
Lana into a.
It's gonna be her
girl.
A tough girl. I think the whole idea is that Tamina's gonna take her under her wing, maybe. Sure, I'm fine with it. I mean, I didn't know what to do with Lana, and Tamina's not doing anything.
Nope.
And they're doing.
Has she ever done anything?
Yeah, she was with AJ Lee, remember?
Oh yeah.
Other than that, I don't think so.
I miss AJ Lee now.
Yeah, she's good. But the women's division on SmackDown is so much better than Monday Night Raw's. They have.
It's because SmackDown's better than Raw.
Yeah.
In general.
Well, they have Lana and Naomi were in a feud, and I know now it's kind of Tamina and Lana, and then they have
Becky.
They have Becky doing her thing, and Carmella with her briefcase and James Ellsworth. They're not all in one big cluster storyline like they are in Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
It's like it feels nice. Carmella's not in necessarily a feud with another woman right now, but she's
relevant.
Yeah, she's just going around bragging, and Ellsworth is keeping her keeping her hyped, and then keeping them in touch with Bryan because Bryan comes out all the time. So it's keeping her on the screen and still building her character.
And then Naomi and Tamina's got that thing, and then what is Becky doing though?
I don't think Becky's doing anything. Neither is Natalya, but
there you go. Have a feud between. Wait, didn't they already have a feud though? Didn't they?
Yeah. But it's only been a week. You can't build everyone at once.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Becky probably will be Naomi's next opponent because she doesn't have one now.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not. I mean, it shouldn't be Carmella. She's got the money in the bank briefcase. She doesn't need to do anything right now. But yeah, I'd like to see Becky versus Naomi in like a full, 20, 30-minute match. That'd be good.
That'd be great.
Yeah. That's all of that. It was maybe 5 minutes of a whole segment, including the Ellsworth. Well, I'd say maybe 10 minutes, including the Ellsworth stuff.
Yeah,
had a
probably.
commercial break. But all right. Next up, Shinsuke Nakamura was in a backstage interview, and basically, as soon as the interview started, Baron Corbin came from behind and attacked him, started beating him down. Shinsuke started fighting back, but security and backstage people came to break it up, and there was nothing more to it.
I didn't really know what to make of it,
Me
really.
neither. It's just a thing that happened.
Yeah, it just
Shinsuke's on TV at least. So I guess he'll probably have a match with Corbin at Battleground.
did he like headbutt Baron Corbin though, or
Yeah,
did he
I
like
think so.
shoulder bump him?
I think he headbutted him. I think it was like one of those headbutts where they kind of go on the side of their head,
That's what it looked
make it
like.
look enough like a headbutt. But I'm not sure. I guess that's the only thing I can think of. Here comes a burp. You know what? That was pretty good. It made the little green caption turn yellow. I don't know.
I don't think that's good for our mic.
We're gonna act like that didn't happen.
Excuse his rudeness.
And no, don't excuse it. Don't excuse it. I'm not hiding anything. You ready to move on?
Yeah,
Okay, so did you see the rap battle between the New Day and the Usos?
I did.
Okay, so they had a rap battle hosted by Wale, I think is how you pronounce his name.
I think it's still supposed to be pronounced whale
That's right.
because like the only way to make that Wale is to put like the accent
Yeah.
mark above the E.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just whale.
Well, here's
I'm
the thing.
sorry, dude. Your name is Whale.
Well, I thought that too, but I don't listen to too much hip hop, and I definitely don't know the artists. So,
I don't either.
but apparently he's Grammy. I think did he win or was he nominated? Did it say award winning or nominated?
I think nominated.
Okay. Well, anyway, he was fine. I didn't mind him. Usually, a lot of times they overuse celebrities, but he was just here to be the middle guy. Instead of a random referee, they would just had a hip hop artist, which is fine. He did good.
He was needed.
Yeah, it worked fine too.
I actually for once like this segment.
Me too.
And it's a rap battle. I usually like.
No,
rap.
I thought it was gonna be bad.
It was actually good.
So Wale introduces the Usos, who enter with, for some reason, like a street gang of guys, I guess backstage guys who were just like, hey, can we be part of the show? I want to dress up like a gangster. And the New Day enters with what I described as the New Day Rosebuds, because it was just a bunch of random Independence Day costumes.
I loved it.
And New Day was decked out in some American flag pattern gear.
Kofi Kingston looked like Uncle Sam.
Yeah, he did. So did you? I think it was a really good rap battle.
I did.
Did you get the burn on Woods being rated R from that leaked sex tape?
I didn't. I didn't. What?
So there was a leaked sex tape with Brad Maddox and Paige, and apparently, supposedly, I don't actually know, so don't take this for too much, but supposedly he was visible at some point in the video, and that's why he was saying, "Don't get rated R like your boy Xavier Woods." That's why everyone was like, "Oh God!"
I didn't get that.
Yeah,
I really didn't understand that one.
That was Usos won. First of all, can we say that?
Yeah.
Can we say that easily? But of course, New Day is the baby faces. Even though Usos absolutely demolished the New Day. After Woods' turn, he kind of mentions that Usos are nothing more than people to carry Roman Reigns' bags, which I like that too. The Usos go to push the New Day, and then Wale disqualifies the Usos, and New Day wins. The Usos leave, and there's nothing to it. But overall, I think it was a good segment. I
liked it.
I think they should have just let the crowd. Maybe not. I know this is wrestling, and it's not an actual rap battle. But maybe they should have just let the crowd decide who won. Like, what about these guys? And, what about these guys? Ooh.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. Usos would have won. They did amazing. That was great. I like that a lot. It's kind of like a WWE roast, and you don't get it that often.
Nope.
You ready to move on?
Yeah.
Next thing. Next up, Aiden English. Once again, I think he's been on every other week or so. He's in the ring, and right after he starts to sing, Randy Orton's music interrupts.
Thankfully,
and
Aiden English can't sing that much.
No, he can't. He's fine though. Whatever. I don't mind him. He's a jobber. Orton versus Aiden English begins with English attacking him just before the match, and they kind of beat their way around in the commercial break. Orton gets his way back up, RKO's Aiden English, get the victory, and then Jinder Mahal enters the stage to taunt Orton, and then Orton just calls him a jackass. And that's it.
Yeah,
It really wasn't much.
I was wanting that to be more.
Yeah, me too.
Because he said, "You're gonna listen to what I have to say." And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, he's gonna go around on Jinder
He
Mahal.
didn't say much.
And he's just like, "I'm gonna RKO you back to India, and no one likes you because you're a jackass."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna hype yourself up that much just with that, you got to make it more.
Yeah. One thing I have to say, and I think I might go into this a little bit later, is that the World Championship looks significantly less important than the United States Championship right now. Can you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get into it a little more later. We'll talk
Can
about
I
it.
tell you why? Because we have a mid-carder
Yeah.
holding the World Championship.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Sure. And the story's just not really there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with Jinder Mahal being champion. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is. He's fine.
But
The real main event scene for the United States Championship.
put him against Cena and have him beat Cena.
Oh no.
For the U.S. title.
Listen,
or for the world title.
You want to push Jinder that hard?
Why not? He's already world champ. How much more can you push him?
But you have guys like Sami Zayn that can get that push instead. Ty Dillinger. Guys who
Sami Zayn beat Jinder Mahal then.
And then he beat Cena. Don't give that push to Jinder. That's a waste.
No. Jinder beats Cena, and then Sami Zayn comes along and beats Jinder Mahal for the title. You've got Sami Zayn looking incredible.
But that's not the same, though. You know that. It's not the same as directly beating John Cena. Not many people do that. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles did it every time.
He did it once clean and twice dirty.
Still.
One of the two times was in a tag match. And then he lost clean to Cena their most recent match. I think the last two. Cena lost clean to Daniel Bryan, remember, at SummerSlam a few years back. At 2014, I think. And he lost clean to AJ Styles.
And Brock Lesnar.
He lost clean to Brock Lesnar and Kevin Owens as well.
Yes.
I think those are really the only four. I think. He lost clean to Orton in that TLC match, but...
He lost clean to... Did he lose clean to Rusev?
I don't think so.
In their feud?
I don't think so. He beat Rusev at WrestleMania for the title.
Yeah, but I mean, before then.
I don't
Because they had a title match before WrestleMania.
I don't think he lost clean. It definitely wasn't clean if he lost. It was with Lana. Remember, Lana was always there with him.
Right.
But all right, let's get into the Battle Royal. Then we'll talk more about the titles later on. So before the Royal starts, Ty Dillinger is backstage. Act like that didn't happen.
Yeah, just that was that. Sorry about that.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh dear.
That's really loud on the couch. We're gonna have to check that before we.
I'm sorry about that, peeps.
we might cut that out, so they may not hear that. Let's just act like it didn't happen. Ty Dillinger is backstage before he's interviewed by Tyler Breeze in a female disguise, which he has named Tanae Young. And clearly in the background, Fandango is dressed as a construction worker painting the wall. I love this so much.
These guys are great.
They really are. So Breeze just kind of interviews Ty Dillinger for a second. Nothing really there. Dillinger kind of makes Breeze and Dango question their loyalty to each other for a split second. But Fandango says even though they may come to blows later in the Battle Royal match, they are still a team. And he tries to stroke Tyler Breeze's hair. Breeze kind of brushing him off every now and then. They work so well together.
They really do.
They should just stay together forever. I think there's a few wrestlers that you can look at as a team and be like, why would you ever separate them?
Enzo and Cass?
No, but I don't even think them. I think there's people that work so well together that they, I think, as two people, kind of form one character. And I think that Breezango is one of those people. Or two of those people. And you could argue Enzo and Cass, and maybe I don't quite agree with that because they kind of died off around the end of their run.
Right.
I wouldn't even say that about DIY though. DIY was an amazing tag team, but they're still amazing separate too. But I think with Breeze and Dango, if you separate them, they're not gonna do anything. And
they didn't do anything.
Yeah, of course. And they're so amazing together. Their characters aren't that different separately before they got together. They're just all about their own looks. So when they get together, they kind of obsess over each other and themselves, and it works really, really good. I like it so much. They need the tag championship soon.
Yes, they do.
Want to move on?
Yeah.
So Maria and Mike Kanellis are backstage talking about their love. Basically the same stuff they say every time. Before you hear some pipes fall. I assume what are pipes. You know those metal pipes that always fall backstage to make the sound of something happening. Yep. They fall down, and Sami Zayn is seen stretching. And he kind of meanders over to Maria and Mike and just starts talking about how he really supports them and all that kind. And he just rambles until his music hits, and he's like, "Oh crap, I gotta go." And he runs out to the arena for the Battle Royal.
That was a little awkward for him.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I like Sami Zayn's... I know his character's just rambling, but I like it.
It's nice.
Yeah.
He's really good, too, so.
Yep.
Wish he's not Ric Flair.
Oh, you mean getting people fired for rambling and drunk?
Yep.
Okay, but Flair had a bit of an excuse then. Because that was right after his...
old?
No, that was right after his son died.
Oh, his son died?
Yeah. Remember, remember that the Paige and Charlotte segment they had a while back on Raw? Where Paige mentioned Charlotte's dead brother?
I didn't catch that.
And she got in under a lot of heat for that, and they never showed a replay of it ever again?
I didn't catch that.
Well, yeah, it was around that time.
Oh.
The Flair thing I think happened ways before that, but yeah. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, Rick.
JR still shouldn't have been fired, I don't think, maybe. Who am I to say? I wasn't there, but I watched it. So I guess I'm a little bit of a person to say. And also, I'm on the internet, so I can say whatever I want. Anyway. So, Independence Day Battle Royal. I wrote down notable eliminations and some cool parts of the Battle Royal. Not too much here. It was about a 12-minute Battle Royal. Nothing big, but it was good.
John Cena wasn't in it.
John Cena was not in it, thank God. He most certainly would have won by AAing every single superstar one by one off the top rope. No, I'm just kidding. He's not. I shouldn't say that about him anymore. I should say that about Roman Reigns, because Cena doesn't have that problem anymore. It's still fun to talk about overpowered John Cena.
Yep.
Even though it's not accurate at all anymore, it's just fun. I love John Cena, just so you know. So Ziggler is the first eliminated, I think. Am I wrong in that? Did I miss an elimination? Because I never seen Jason Jordan get eliminated. I never seen Sin Cara get eliminated either.
Sin Cara was picked up by Luke Harper and just set over the rope onto Breezango.
Oh, you're right. Okay, well, hang on. We're gonna get to that because Ziggler was eliminated first, I believe.
I'm pretty sure he was. Which makes me sad.
Dango's eliminated by Eric Rowan. And
that's who it was.
Yeah, Eric Rowan, and then he goes to throw Breeze over, but Dango catches him, puts him back in the ring, and then Breeze gets immediately eliminated by Eric Rowan. That was a good word, don't worry. And then he throws Sin Cara onto both of them, and that's their elimination. Okay, you're right. Harper gets eliminated by Mojo Rawley after Rawley eliminates Connor, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, I wrote Harper because I really want Harper to be as good as he should.
Yeah, he is really good.
He's great. Better than Mojo Rawley, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And I love how Kevin Owens was kind of berating Mojo because he was saying you would think Mojo Rawley would have the advantage coming in after winning the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal, but because his stupid football friend helped him win that doesn't really matter. So Kevin Owens is amazing, as always.
I like him was just telling everybody to shut up at the beginning of the Battle Royal. Nope, shut up. Just shut yourself.
Kevin Owens is if he's still in WWE by the time he's done wrestling, he should be a commentator. He's so amazing at it. But another part I liked about Kevin Owens, since we're talking about him, is during the match, Mojo and Ryder, I think, both eliminated Eric Rowan, right? Is that how it worked? And then Mojo eliminated Zack Ryder. And then Kevin Owens was just yelling at Mojo Rawley for betraying his friend. Like, what kind of person are you for betraying your friend? And that was hilarious to me, considering the whole thing with Sami Zayn on NXT. Kevin Owens is amazing. Then Sami Zayn eliminates Mojo Rawley, and the final three are Ty Dillinger. Yes, he's in it. Sami Zayn and AJ Styles.
That sounds like the best triple threat ever.
Yeah, it sounds great. Well, here's the thing. After Chad Gable over the past few weeks, I think he might slowly become like my most he's my Ziggler right now. You know, he's the guy I want to just do everything. So every wrestler I see now, I'm like, oh, I want to see Chad Gable have a match with him, because Chad Gable and AJ Styles, they can tear any house down.
It was great.
Believe, yeah. And it was what, 5 minutes? It wasn't long.
I think so, yeah.
It could be amazing.
Give them a 30-minute Iron Man match.
Yeah, seriously. Ty Dillinger leaves a tiebreaker to both men, which that move I feel like changes every few months.
Yeah,
it's always called a tiebreaker, but it looks different.
I think that's the point.
Maybe it's just a transforming move. He delivers a tiebreaker to both of them and tries to throw both of them over at the same time, but Sami Zayn ends up getting them out after they're both on the apron. And while Zayn is on the apron, AJ Styles hits a Pele kick to eliminate him for the victory. AJ Styles is going to Battleground to fight Kevin Owens once again, but
for the U.S. title.
But as soon as AJ Styles wins, Kevin Owens runs down the ramp, goes after AJ Styles, but AJ Styles ends up throwing Owens out and standing tall with the U.S. Championship to close the show.
He looks good with it.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I was looking at the championship and I just saw it and I thought that's the most important belt on SmackDown. You have AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, who should easily be having this feud over the world title.
Yep, instead of Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton.
Yeah, but the whole Face of America thing is perfect for Kevin Owens, and
AJ Styles is good no matter what he does.
Yeah, I think it's just this championship feels like the main event championship, and I like it because the United States Championship looks cool.
Yes,
the WWE World Championship looks generic
nice.
AF. Yeah,
U.S. Championship is just, it pleases me.
Yeah, it's unique. Look at all the New Japan championships. They all look unique.
The old NXT championship, I liked it.
Yeah, me too. I love that.
It looked nice.
Yeah, it did.
The old NXT, even the new NXT tag championships.
The new tag championships look really good. I like them a lot.
I like them a lot.
Me too. I'm not that fond of the 2 world titles though in NXT. The women's and the men's.
Not the new ones.
They're fine, but I'm not too fond.
They're not as good.
No, not even close. I like the women's one better, but I don't like the men's because I like the old one. It was just a thick belt. It was so thick. It was like 8 inches thick, probably, or I should say wide, not thick, because that would be a lot of leather.
Yeah, but it was nice.
Yeah, it was.
It was unique. It was just a big X.
Yeah, and 2 little letters on each side, or 1 little letter on each side.
It was, and then you've got. I'm still with not having Jinder Mahal as world champ right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just have him as like U.S. champ.
I don't even think you
and
should
he
have
can use the whole thing since he's saying Americans are intolerant or everything. He's like, yeah, I'm your face of USA. You disrespect me because of the color of my skin. The way I talk, I'm your champion.
Yeah, sure. You can. I like that better than the world title thing. I think Owens and Styles should be fighting with a world title. But I'm really enjoying this whole United States Championship feud, and just the aesthetic of everything looks nice for some reason. Also, I had a point that I was gonna make, and I did forget to make it.
What is it?
I don't know. So there we go.
Good job.
Yep, I probably shouldn't have brought it up if I couldn't remember it. I was hoping if I said it, it'd come up, but I don't have it anymore. So, you got anything else you want to mention? Any ideas?
No.
You want to close out?
Yeah.
All right. You can follow us on Twitter at the CarAlarm Podcast. I'm sorry, just CarAlarm Podcast, not the CarAlarm Podcast.
And you can follow us on Facebook. All you have to do is type in the little search bar at Sounding Car Alarm, and you'll find our page there with all our videos.
Support us there, please. Thanks for watching.
Peace out.